everyone, I wanted to share with you guys my experience with Dinair Airbrush makeup. This is the packet that it comes in regardless of what kit that you get. The way it works is that you basically choose an airbrush kit. You cannot buy an airbrush by itself, nor can you buy a compressor by itself. There are 4 kits to choose from. Well, I think there's 5 kits to choose from. It's like the regular foundation kit, the deluxe foundation, the paramedical, you know. They're different things, but I feel like everyone is just fine with the cheapest one, which is $199 right now. I know that it was a special going on, so I'm not sure how long that special is going to last. But I do believe the original price is like $279 or $280 or something like that for the same kit that I bought. But I got it for $199 about a month and a half ago. So within the regular foundation kit, I feel like it's just like, I know it's not the foundation deluxe, but it's like foundation something. And it's the very first kit. It's the cheapest one. You get to pick from 4 kinds. There is a light kit, a medium kit, a tan kit, and a dark kit. And what that means is that there are 4 foundations that you can get with the kit for free, and it has that shade range in it. So light would have like their 4 lightest colors, medium would have their 4 medium, tan would be the 4, you know, tan colors, and so on and so forth. So I wanted to make sure that the color that I, or the kit that I chose had the color that I, for myself, in there. So you can actually, they have like a color match service where you can send them a picture of you and they will match you with the color. And when I was eyeballing the colors on the website, I knew that I would be either tawny or nutmeg, but I sent it to them just for reassurance, and I did happen to be nutmeg, which I was really, really excited about. But that was when I was a little bit more tan. Right now I'm tawny. So the way it works is that once you pick which kit that you want, you get to pick a compressor of a color that you want. This is it. I chose the silver. I think it's the champagne one actually. It looks silver to me, but I'm sure that I think the color choice was champagne. So it basically says Dinair right there, and it's a little tiny compressor. It doesn't really weigh that much. It's really nice and small and travel friendly, so I like that. And then you get the little plug point right here to plug that in anywhere you want, and you get this little tube that you have to put into, that you plug into your compressor and that you plug into your airbrush. Then you get the actual airbrush, which comes in a little Dinair case like this. It's really nice. I really like the fact that it can stay in here and you can move it around, you can drop it, but nothing's really going to happen because it is secure in here. Oh my god, there are these people outside who are like trying to make tire marks all over like the parking lot. I don't understand why. That's so dumb. Anyways, this is the airbrush. It says Dinair on it right there. It is not very heavy. It's like, it's a nice weight. Like, it feels sturdy enough to where it's going to do a good job, and it also feels light enough to where you can move and not feel like, oh my god, this thing is so heavy and I can't move it, you know? It's nice. So it has these 2 little caps in the front with a nozzle. You can see a little hole in there probably. How you would move your foundation lever, the lever, back and forth. If you move it back, more foundation comes out. If you move it forward, let it sit, then nothing's going to come out. This is where you attach the tube to. So this is how you would attach it right here. I'll show you in a second. And the back of it just looks like a pen. The way you hold it is that you take your middle finger and place it right under there at an angle. And then you place your pointer finger right here. And then it's really, really easy. And it's something that you realize this just is the most comfortable way to hold it. And then you put your thumb right here, and it's just super easy to use. So you get that, and then you get a cleaner solution, which looks like this. It's 4 fluid ounces. It's a good amount, but for what you're supposed to do with this, you will end up running out of this very, very fast. Oh, don't fall. You also get something called Moist and Dewy for dry skin, and what this is that since the foundation is a completely matte finish, which it is since I've used it so much, for some people it doesn't end up looking, well, some people don't like that kind of finish, so you can add this on by putting it into your airbrush and then spraying this out in the nose area or some areas where you want a little bit of shine to look healthy, which looks really great. I wouldn't suggest this for people with oily skin though. It looks really great on dry skin though. Since I chose the tan kit, the colors that I got were 1, nutmeg, dark olive, which these two are really similar. The only really big difference is that this has more yellow, this has more pink to it. This is Tawny, which has a pink finish to it for sure. And you have, where did it go? And Golden Tan, which is this one right here. So these 4 colors, as you can tell, you know, all kind of fit into my skin color range. And so you only get 4, but then I also did buy some separately. The lady told me that it was, I mean, I did like extensive research about this before buying it, and she told me that the colors are super blendable, so to choose 1 or 2 light shades, a few middle shades, which to me are these, and then 1 or 2 of the darkest shades, and you can mix and match and create any skin color that you really want. So that's what I did. I got Vanilla, which is their lightest shade, right here. Then I got Natural Beige, which is a little bit darker, but not by much, as you can probably tell. Vanilla, Natural Beige right here. And then I got Golden Olive. It's a really pretty mid-tone light skin color. And then for the 2 dark shades, I got Soft Brown, which is a pinky brown, and Hot Chocolate, which is the darkest shade that they have, which is this right here. So far, I have used this in about 12, 13 different people, and it has worked out beautifully. It's very, very, very super blendable makeup, so you really can create as many skin colors as you need, which is really nice. But then they also give you this little thing right here. And this, you're supposed to attach, I'm not going to do this right now, but you're supposed to attach this to your airbrush gun. And this just helps you understand how far you should stay away from the person's face while doing different parts of their makeup. I mean, once you start using this, you can kind of eyeball it and figure out, you know, how far you want to be. And it's all up to liking. They say stay 6 inches away, but it's up to you the way you want to do it is the way you should do it. Okay, you guys should be able to see my table. What you would do to hook all this up is that put the compressor somewhere that you can see it. Then take, this is the way I do, you don't have to do it in this order. Then I take one end of this tube, it really doesn't matter what end you want to use. Just attach that to this part of the airbrush. You just push it in. It'll go up to about that. It won't go up all the way up here, so don't worry about that. Then flip over the compressor and you will see on one end this little thing that's poking out where the air will come out. You push in the other part of this tube in here. Now I'm teaching you how to do this because when they sent me this airbrush kit, there was no instruction at all telling you what to do. So I just had to guess on this, and then I ended up being right. So if you are planning on buying this, you probably want to listen and like watch this. Then you take this, which is the little plugging in thing that they give you. Put this in right here. Leave it out like that. Flip over your compressor and you are ready to go. I have not plugged this in right now, just to let you know, but this is what your airbrush will end up looking like. Now what you do is that there are little metal balls on the bottom of all of these bottles. Shake it up super, 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 super well so that the formula mixes together, and just pour in a few drops. Less is more with this stuff. I'm not going to actually pour it in, but you just pour in about 6 drops. Whatever, if you're doing a face, all you need is 6 drops for foundation. Now, before I go into that, I'm going to show you the way you use this gun is that you put this, the way I look at it is like this. The Dinair should be facing you. To do your foundation, they say to leave it at 12 o'clock. So this little circle thing right here, which is the start point, you end up putting your dial right across from it at 12 o'clock, and that's where you should spray your foundation. That is the medium area, so there is not that much force going in. It's about halfway to the highest. Now, I personally like to do it a little bit faster, so I do it at 3 o'clock right here. It's up to your personal preference, but they do say foundation should be sprayed at 12 o'clock. Now, suppose this dial will never move back 100% to the start, but this is where you would start. You can't move it back anymore. So it goes from least to most right here, and you can gauge for yourself how fast you want the foundation to come out and how thick you want it to be.